it's the Axel Shifter here, and we are today back with the next Multiverse Wars episode number 59. And today we have two female baddies right here, and today we're going to be having them fight. These are She-Hulk from Marvel and Powergirl from DC, and we're going to be seeing who would win in this fight. And we're going to be using them from, like, the comics, obviously. No other versions, like the movies, TV shows, or any other games I have really heard about. Just simply feats their powers and abilities and just statements and all that stuff and what they can do in terms of fight in the comics. So, without further ado, let's do this. She-Hulk, also known as Jennifer Walters, is a Marvel Comics superheroine and is the cousin to Dr. Bruce Banner, aka the Incredible Hulk. Although they largely view each other as siblings, though. Walters once received an emergency blood transfusion from him when she was wounded, which led to her acquiring a version of the Hulk condition, the same one that Bruce had, which turned him into the Hulk. As such, Walters also becomes a large and powerful green-hued version of herself, while still mostly retaining her personality and humanity. And in particular, she retains her intelligence and emotional control while in She-Hulk form, unlike Bruce Banner. And although she does turn more confident and outgoing when she becomes She-Hulk, and in fact, her modern incarnation is usually portrayed as more amazing and brave and kind-hearted, funny, reliable, positive, friendly, compassionate, and even righteous, easily being one of the nicest Marvel characters ever, which caused her to gain so many good friends and allies within the superhero community. She's even been a member of the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, Heroes for Hire, the Defenders, Fantastic Force, and S.H.I.E.L.D., and is also a highly skilled lawyer and has served many legal cases to various superheroes on numerous occasions. But now it's time we talk about her powers, abilities, and feats. As I said before, Jen shares similar abilities to the Hulk, which makes her a hard opponent to fight, as she's actually more powerful than Red She-Hulk, and Red She-Hulk has completely curb-stomped the champion of the universe before. And just to tell you of how powerful the champion is, it is said that he had smashed planets before and had enough power to shatter worlds and could even overpower the likes of the Thing and Colossus, including Gladiator, the Silver Surfer, and Beta Ray Bill. Yet She-Hulk was able to defeat the champion, making her planet levels in terms of AP and durability, though she could be scaled higher because she has become significantly stronger after being enhanced by Esson the Celestial. As for her speed and durability, she is at most massively faster than light in terms of combat and reaction speed because she can keep up with the likes of Captain America, can run through gunfire, gets down sets of stairs before the Spider-Man villain Shocker does, keeps up with Daredevil while traversing a city, and keeps up with a pair of horses, actually, and an average horse can run up to speeds up to 44 miles per hour, making her very tough to hit in terms of catching her, or even hitting her anyways. And in addition, She-Hulk can survive hits from Devil Hulk, the same guy who punched through a hole in the wall of the Abomatrix, punched Spider-Man even, and She-Hulk even punched both Spider-Man, like I said before, and Silver Surfer, and survived being smashed into the ground by Strong Guy. Scraps with Green Scar Hulk for getting punched by Gorgie the Super Ape, and takes a beating from the Invisible Super Skrull, meaning that she can take plenty of damage from other Marvel characters and still survive and continue to battle as well. Jen is also super smart as well. She has even managed to graduate at the top 10% of the summa cum laude, and is also a lawyer, and she was able to win a court case that was rigged against her, defended dark art by pointing out that arresting a police officer in a legal search, laid down a strong defense for Jonathan Powers, threatened Superior Spider-Man with lawsuits, defeated Matt Murdock in the trial of Captain America, prevented Luke Cage from selling the Mighty Avengers name by writing safeguards into the contract. She is also a skilled negotiator, as she was able to calm down Scorpion before Spider-Man got in the way. And she even convinced Hercules to pay a supervillain he injured, and also convinced several soldiers to not fire her for their own safety, use a time paradox to create an opening, and she is also persistent in hand-to-hand combat, as she was trained by some of the greatest martial artists in the Marvel Universe, such as Captain America and Gamora. She is even a quick thinker as well, as she tricked the Seeker into crushing himself, caused a pair of robots to crash into each other, and saw through Mysterio's tricks. And Mysterio's illusions are very powerful because they even trapped Spider-Man in there a few times, and even wrapped her fists in an isolation area to defeat Electro. So yeah, with all of that said, She-Hulk is absolutely fucking busted, but she is still not without her weaknesses, however. Though she is taught to be very powerful, she is still vulnerable in her human form, however. So if she reverts back to her human form, yeah, she is nowhere near as powerful as she were if she were in her Hulk form. She is also so kind that she usually does not access her full emotion, aka her full power, when in this level, so yeah. But overall, She-Hulk's combination of her physical abilities, strategic thinking, and impressive feats throughout the Marvelverse makes her a powerful and formidable superheroine in the Marvel Universe. Kara Zor-El was among the sole survivors of Krypton's last days, rocketed into space. She was then founded by the kind-hearted Superman, who raised her if she were his own daughter. As Supergirl, she was a juvenile superhero who unfortunately lost her innocence after the Apocalypse War, which led her to eventually destroy all of Earth. She was then sent through a portal to the Prime Earth DC universe, Earth Zero. Then Kara took up the identity of Powergirl. Kara has the exact same powers of Superman, like super strength, flight, heat vision, freeze breath, super speed, and X-ray vision. For her attack potency, she was strong enough to defeat Fury and drew blood from Darkseid, both of whom should be far more powerful than the strongest parademons. And she also traded blows with Green Lantern, who destroyed huge portions of the planet Apocalypse. And she also defeated DSAD, Ragdoll Vortex several times, and Vortex is often described as nearly as strong as Superman. This puts her at around Moon to Solar System level in terms of AP and durability. She's also fast enough to dodge Darkseid's Omega Beams, which makes her massively faster than light in terms of reaction speed. She is also capable of catching bullets, dodging heat vision blasts from another character called Divine, only to spin her around 800,000 miles per hour runs, and even runs around the city at super speed in order to defuse bombs embedded in people's skins, and can generate a vortex carrying 100 tons of sand. This makes her extremely tough to hit in terms of combat. Powergirl even defeated Jimmy Olsen, who is as powerful as the New Gods. Now, for more of her durability feats, she has endured several blows from Darkseid and was completely fine after her battle with Omek, proving that she can endure way more things coming her way than just simple enemies. Not to mention that Kara is even the CEO of a seemingly successful business, multinational one as well, though most of her scientific knowledge and leadership skills had been retconned after the Flashpoint Paradox event, in favor of more primary knowledge. But even then, she still comes with her weaknesses, those being kryptonite, red solar radiation, aka red sun, which takes away her powers, and the lack of sunlight can drain her abilities over time. And in addition, she hasn't been shown to be a very particularly skilled fighter or combatant, and she often relies on pure brawling to win fights. And also, Kara could be tricked because, you know, the Darkseid thing that happened to her in Apocalypse. But in the end, Powergirl's powers, experience, intellect, and personal resilience makes her a serious threat in the DC universe. So now I've discussed both of these characters, it's time I talk about who would win this fight. And this battle is going to be fairly close considering that these two are pretty powerful in their own right, being able to keep up or even defeat certain characters from their respective continuities, but in the end, I would have to say that Powergirl would be the winner of this fight. For one, her Kryptonian abilities are way more superior than She-Hulk's abilities, which gives Kara way more options to take Jen down, like her flight and heat vision, and also due to the fact that both her speed and She-Hulk's are relative to each other. And Jen is the more superior hand-to-hand fighter. She-Hulk would just also basically just have to mostly spend the fight trying to, catch up with Kara on the ground. But yeah, I mean, she can actually jump really high, but it's not really the same thing as flying. Meaning that Powergirl also has a mobility advantage that she could just stay up in the air and use her heat vision or ice breath on Jen. But the speed is a different discussion, like I said before, because both can react and fight at speeds massively faster than light, so they can both keep up with each other while the fight is still going on. if Kara chooses not to fly, of course. And the two of them are also very intelligent as they started really successful companies. One's a lawyer, the other's a CEO of another successful national business. And She-Hulk does hold a slightest edge in IQ because it's clear that Power Girl mostly relies on brawling when fighting, and Jen, like I said before, is a way more skilled fighter and combatant, keeping up with the likes of Captain America and after being trained by them, and including another Marvel character named Gamora. But I would still say that Power Girl wins this battle because of the high degree of difficulty, of course. While she may be weak to Kryptonite and Red Suns, She-Hulk wouldn't know that, and she wouldn't be able to use that. And even if she did know that, she would still not really be able to kind of keep up with her while Kara is flying. I mean, obviously, when She-Hulk has her weaknesses, he's probably going to stay far the fuck away from her. So yeah, after a long, hard-fought battle, I would have to say that the winner is Power Girl.